Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the Sahara Desert. I'm still stuck in the Sahara, seeing the sights of 1,000 stars, just like you are through the screen. For me, I'm actually here. Hey, Google, stop. As you can see, I controlled the technology with my voice. Make sure that you do not let technology control you. First and foremost, I want to thank you and congratulate you for finishing the first 2 weeks of our course. It is an unprecedented time to start the courses online, and all of you successfully navigated the big bad platforms of Canvas, Blackboard, and just the internet. So I want to thank you also for making the discussion boards a whole lot of fun. As promised, I'm just taking one take over here, and I will not do any edits. A lot of you mentioned that you took a lot of edits. That's perfectly cool, but the assignment's just to get you rolling, right? There's no perfection that I want you to think about here. This take for me will be perfect because I want to go and eat breakfast. And any more take is going to take me away from that goal, limiting that perfection. If I were to take 100 takes, perhaps I would sound more rehearsed and I might not come off as authentic as I want to for all of you. So you got to consider all of those elements. One important aspect that you have to keep in mind is the following. You see, there are many, there are many problems that beginning speakers are taught that make it really difficult to undo the process of learning how to speak to the best of their capabilities. One of which is writing up your speeches and then potentially memorizing it afterwards or reciting it. Here's one simple reason for now. I asked you to talk for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, even up to a minute and a half. You can write up exactly what you want to say. But what if you had to speak for 45 minutes? That's not improbable at all, because you're going to be a manager one day and you're going to have to speak to your employees for 45 minutes. Not only just one time, but Monday through Friday, perhaps. Do you have time to type up all your words? Definitely not. And to memorize it? Definitely not. And even if you could type it up and memorize it, what about situations that could change on a daily basis? You have to learn how to edit those words in the moment spontaneously, and the best way to do that is not have to edit it because there was nothing rehearsed in the first place. So that's why for these exercises, I want you to get used to speaking spontaneously and on the spot so that you don't have to fear any type of repercussion of messing up. You can't trip over your words if you didn't have specific words already planned already, okay? Now, I want to move on to talking about why I made the assignment. A lot of you had great reasons, and all of them are correct in its own way. Some of them I might not have even thought about at the moment, but they're all great reasons. All of those ways that we communicated were just different channels of how we can connect with each other. Let's think about that. We draw to communicate. We also make audio files. We speak all the time. And we also take photographs these days. And of course, we speak as much in person as possible. A lot of you wrote wondrous words. You had to pick from a plethora of photos the precise one in which you posed the way you wanted to. Some of you did or didn't want to draw, and some of you thought you sounded silly or strange, but you all did that. And congratulations to that for all of you. You see, some of you might think that I made the assignment from easiest to hardest because speaking is most difficult for all of you. But the truth is, by doing an assignment, you realize that may or may not be true. Some people love to draw, and that's their way of expressing themselves. For me, the first assignment was the hardest, to draw a picture. I am much more self-conscious about my drawing and being judged upon it than my speaking, for example. And you're going to notice that for some people, it was their audio or it was just showing themselves in a photo because they're used to taking photos of just landscapes, right? So all these forms of communication, and I want you to write this word down, channel, is just different ways that we can connect with people. And we have to learn and master each and every one now because there's so many different channels to choose from in order to connect with people. Now, despite all that though, I want you to realize about speaking, specifically in person. Can we say that in general, at least pre-COVID, it was the most frequent way that we communicated? I mean, how often do you actually draw a picture to someone and send it back? Can we also say that it's the fastest form of communication? Can you imagine if I try to draw all these words to you right now or take a picture of it and send it to you? That's difficult. And ultimately, it's the most final way that people make an impression about you. Let's break that down. If you're an artist, yes, you draw. If you're a photographer, yes, you take photos. And if you're a DJ on the radio, sure, you speak. But ultimately, you're still going to have to speak in person during the interviews that you have, during the book tours you have, or during the galleries in which they exhibit your work. You can't run away from public speaking. So I know a lot of you said, public speaking's not for me. Well, I have to tell you, public speaking is you. Your words are what define you. And as scary as that may sound, I'm sure you'd rather be remembered and have your words symbolize who you are than just the color of your skin or your height or what you're wearing. All that may or may not matter so much, but ultimately, isn't it the words that make your friends and family truly matter? So over the course of this semester, I'll be teaching you some tips, tricks, and techniques so that you can master your talking skills, okay? And you're going to reach to the top of whatever apex that you want to go toward. I'd like to keep this video to 3.5 minutes more, aiming for 10 minutes here. And I just wanted to point out some parts about my outfit once more. Remember, you're all becoming speech warriors over here. We're training you so that you can have flawless victory in battle. You see, with great words, you can avoid bloodshed. You can avoid wars through peace and diplomacy, but that only comes through great speaking. Now, if you have to be a warrior, right, just like any martial arts movie, and you have to go up against 10 people, sometimes if you get hurt, there's red blood. If you get thrown on the ground, there's brown mud, dirt. If you sweat a lot, you're going to have yellow stains. But if you're truly poised, you're going to defeat everyone, and you're going to be still calm, and you're going to still maintain that white outfit. So I want to train all of you to be able to have flawless victory in your speech. You never have to worry about participating in a class, having an ice broken with anyone, or just having a response to any question ever again. You can have full confidence. Second reason is the white canvas. I don't care if you had a checkered past. It doesn't matter to me if you were the most popular, most intelligent person in your high school. High school is over. You take those memories with you, but you move on. And the beautiful news is, I'm sure you don't want to be judged for your past either moving forward, right? You want to be judged and remembered more for your future. And all of you have started painting your white canvas already. Through your discussion boards, I can say you're not just random names to me, and I'm sure you're not just random names to your classmates. You're starting to paint your pictures, and I want you to think about what strokes and what colors and what blends you want to make for yourself, because all of you have wonderful personalities. It just got to keep coming out, okay? What else? Reasons why I'm wearing white. Well, one is you got to know how to break the rules sometimes. People say don't wear white after Labor Day. I don't care. It's past Labor Day. I'm still wearing it. Don't try to follow conventional norms all the time, because that's not going to make you unique. You have to stand out with your speech, okay? And by me wearing this white outfit, by me showing off my rings, okay, my diamond rings, my ruby rings, my emeralds, it's just letting you know that you have to be okay with attention, because you want people to pay attention to you, because your words matter. You don't want to be invisible. You want to be seen. You want to be heard, okay? And of course, ultimately, you don't want all this exterior to define who you are. It's going to be your words that bring this all together. And last but not least, the coolest metaphor that I just came up with is wearing white is like snow in a snowstorm because of the snowflakes. Okay, I'm in a desert, right? So if there's one little piece of snowflake that comes, it's going to get disintegrated and it's going to be decayed and it's going to go down in the sand. But enough snowflakes will make a snowstorm. And I want you to think of each of every one of your words like a snowflake. Enough words that are powerful enough can change a desert. No matter how impossible you think something is, it can become improbable, and then you can make it happen. All through your words. Every single technological advancement that we had started with an idea that was carried through words and was communicated. Now, last but not least, for now, I just want to tell you that if you were a senator, there are 100 of them. And as much as you're going to be focused on your speech, remember you have 99 other people to listen to. So take it as a privilege that you get to watch your other classmates and see how they grow. And we're going to do this together. All right. Enjoy your days. I'm in the desert.